Lance from JR Jeep. I'm glad to have you back with me today. We are going to go through some camping tweaks that I've recently acquired due to my situation last year. And then we're going to go over some equipment I've also used and really like. So I want to share both of those with you. And I will put links to everything in the descriptions below. So you can definitely find this if you're interested. Let's start by the facet that let's start by sharing a little backstory. So I haven't done that much, prior to my Jeep, I haven't done that much camping in the past. However, I did used to guide fishing quite a bit. And when I guided, I would provide shore lunches, both for just my family and friends, and then sometimes for people I guided. Doing that, I was using a 2-burner stove, carrying equipment along with me in the boat. So I had to make sure the equipment was condensed enough that I could carry it with me, not taking up too much room besides the other tackle that's in the boat, and be able to perform a shore lunch, bring it in, take it out. So I really like the facet of overlanding and camping with your Jeep, or just camping in general, that you can go to those sites or out in the wild and be able to cook yourself a nice dinner or just enjoy the outdoors and be prepared for it, enjoy it. It isn't necessary that you have to rough it entirely. You definitely want to have a quality of life when you're in the outdoors, that you're enjoying this and having a good time. I think that's important. So making tweaks to your equipment as you go along is also important. So let's discuss. So last year, when I initially put a lot of my stuff together, the one thing I sort of negated to do was find decent eating utensils. So while I did get a fork, knife, spoon combination kit for Christmas, and I'll share that later. I don't know if I've done that in a review. That's a really nice piece of equipment. What I was eating off of was not necessarily may be best suited for what we needed. That said, I'll share. So these were plates and bowls I picked up at Walmart. Nothing against Walmart, I'm not bashing them for this. These are really quite inexpensive. I thought probably because they stacked together, it would be nice to stay in a bin that I had. And that's being all revised too with a new kitchen system in the back of the Jeep. However, the first time I used these, I did make a steak that I had in the field that evening, and using utensils, you can see, basically cut right into the plastic. And I wasn't cutting that hard, it just went in. That's unsanitary, number one. Even if you wash this off, you still don't like to have marks in the utensils that you're eating off of that can definitely carry bacteria or whatever else. So these items are going to go to Goodwill. That's it for that. So I went with a couple pieces of equipment based on another person I follow on YouTube, and I'm going to share his link in the description below too. It's called Freys on the side. His name is Matt. We've never met, but I do follow his channel. He shares some really great information, especially if you're camping with young children. He shares the experiences of doing that. He has been out west. He's been in Colorado and that, and some really intriguing information. I just recently watched a video of his talking about Chinese diesel heaters and pros and cons to them. So you might want to check his channel out. But he was talking about his camping equipment recently, and it really intrigued me. And one of the things he said he uses is basically mess kits. And mess kits, if you're not familiar, used by all branches of different militaries around the world. They all have their different models. In the United States, it tends to be oblong design that sandwiches together to hold the kit together and the utensils and such. So in looking both online, and then recently I just happened to stop in local Walmart by me and look through the camping equipment. I'll start with that first. So I did see this. This is a round kit. It is stainless steel. It's by Ozark Trail. The kit does include a 6.7-inch fry pan, a 6.5-inch plate, a 7-ounce cup, a lid, and a 0.5 quart pot. This all nestles together. This is stainless steel, so very easy to clean. So we're going to take this out of the packaging. So you can see, like traditional mess kits, it is clamped together so everything stays nestled together. This being the size it is, I just thought it was very nice that it'd be easy to pack away any place in my system, and especially with the new cabinet system I'm getting installed. I think this is going to work great. Both of the kits I'm going to talk about, like Matt talked about from Freys on the side, is this effectively gives you 2 plates in each one of these kits. So effectively I can have me and another person that's camping with me, fry there, or if we need it, we have enough for 4 if emergency comes up. So let's open this up. It's a clamp on lid. So you have your handle here, and that's very sturdy. So we open this up. Here's our plate. We have a lid. We have the cup. It does have a handle on it. And we have the pot. And the pot does have a handle on it, basically so it fits in the system. The handle is retractable up and down if you can't see that. So you can hold that up. So that's sort of nice. And the lid does fit the pot really well. Now, why I wouldn't necessarily use this system for cooking necessarily, I do like the fact of the pot for certain things, like if I was going to maybe heat up soup or maybe heat up beans. I think this would be a really nice pot to do that in. I do like that it's really a compact system. So let's see if I can put this all back together. Just as easy as that. That clamps closed and we're good to go. So again, that's by Ozark Trails. This next kit we're going to talk about is by Stiff Gears. They have their own website. They are also available on Amazon, which I will put the link in for. This comes as a kit. It is 21 by 18 by 6.5 centimeters. It is stainless steel. It does come with a bag and the silverware, and the bag is a jungle camouflage. So let's open this up, take a look at it. First thing I'm going to notice is the bag does seem pretty decent quality. Almost seems like a canvas type material. There is some straps on here, and a nice thing about the straps, there's a snap on it. So if you were to put this maybe on a molly panel or something to store, you could pretty easily. It does have a zipper on the one side, so we're going to open this up. And here's the mess kit. So this is pretty traditional styled, like the U.S. military would use. Again, we have the clasp on top that runs across it to hold this together. There's also a hanger in this. So you could hang this in something if you wanted to. I don't know if I'd hang it in a Jeep. Might bang around, but it is something you have there. It is something you could perhaps utilize if you were hanging up to dry or something afterwards. So let's open this up. So we're just going to loosen the clamp. It's a nice long handle. Again, this would be convenient if you're eating. You don't have to, if it's hot and you don't have something to set on, you can hold this handle and not get heated by the plate. So we have the divided plate on top. And then inside, this does come in silverware, like I said. It's in a pouch, sort of descriptive that it's silverware. And we're going to let this come out. So a couple things in here. These are all stainless steel. Number one, there's chopsticks. So that's sort of cool. I have been contemplating cooking some stir fries in the field. These would come in handy. Not that you couldn't eat with normal utensils, but that's sort of cool. It does come with a knife. The knife does have a serrated blade on it. Fork and a standard spoon. These are all stainless steel and pretty darn durable. So it isn't real flimsy stuff. So that's really nice. So we're going to put this back together. Like I said, I will put the link of this in the description. A couple things to note. there's a major price difference in both these kits. So the one that I found at Walmart is basically around $10 for this one here. The one that I just described, this one with the silverware comes in at about 30 some dollars. So, but it's high quality. It's a little heavier gauge stainless steel. There are cheaper units out there that also don't come with the silverware. So there's a lot of options. Take a look around. Also, military surplus stores are a great place to look as well. Next, we're going to talk about some of the equipment I've used over the last year and that I've really liked. And some of that includes fans and lights. So the first one I'm going to talk about, I don't know where I got this. It's a desktop fan. Primarily, it's used when you're working in your office or whatever, that you can have a little personal fan by you. The unit is adjustable. And it does have a battery compartment in the back. This is for 2 D-cell batteries. I know what you're saying, it's not rechargeable and that, but you could get rechargeable batteries for this. That's one thing to keep in mind. The unit is sort of nice in the facet that it's decent size without taking up a lot of room. It does have 2 speeds. Push the dial forward, it has high speed. Center is off. Backwards is low speed. I did use this unit last year when I was camping a few times. It was nice to have sort of off table side. I do have a small table in my tent when I'm sleeping at night just to put stuff on and charge it. And I had this there and that kept the air circulating. I do use a Shift Pod Mini currently is my tent. The one thing that was nice, this was an overly warm day. It was early spring, temperatures are getting into 60s. I think the high is 70s during the day. But this kept it comfortable in there and we didn't get any condensation, so that was very cool. The next one we're going to look at, and again, this is sort of, doesn't really give us it's a Renig F120 camping fan. Okay, so let's open this up. And I bought this online because it intrigued me for a few reasons. Number one, it has a nice base. This is rechargeable, so unlike the other fan we talked about that uses batteries, this has the batteries built in. It's rechargeable. It's a USB-A cord to mini USB. The plug-in for that is in the side. There are 2 switches here for the lights and the fan. What's intriguing about this is the fan does have a built-in light in it, so you could use this to also light areas. So if I turn this on, see it's got 3 modes for light: high, medium, and low, then off. And the fan has high. I'm going to turn the light on just so you maybe see the blade. Or that was low actually, sorry. This is medium. And the third setting is high. And then off. What's nice about this fan as well is you can move this fan any way you really want to. Also, you can hang this fan in your tent. So it does have a hook there that allows you to hang it up maybe on a bracket or whatever in the tent. You can adjust this whatever way you want. And again, keeps air circulating for you. I thought that's a really nice touch. This basically cost like less than $20. It did work really nice. I like the faceted light on it, that before you went to bed, you could turn that on. Okay. And the last thing we're going to discuss is why the thing is really cool, because they're easily packable. You could get a number of these used around the camp. They're handy inside the tent. It's a Goal Zero crush light. So you probably understand crush light is the facet that basically this can condense down to such a small size. It does have solar panel charging on it, so it does have a little panel on here that can charge. It also has a plug-in mini USB, and that is on this side of the device that you can open up. It is a protected cover, and plug it in to charge before you maybe go on a camping trip, or if you need to do it in the field if there wasn't much sun, you can do that. Unit does have two hooks on it, two eyelet hooks on it too, so you can hold this up various sides. But you can also hang this from a bracket as well, or inside the tent again. And it does have 3 light modes. So you can go high, medium, low, or off. Sort of handy. I really like this. I only bought one of them. I'm going to probably get a couple more before this coming camping season, just for the price of them, and like 15, less than $20, I believe. They're really nice. And what you saw here at the light, that was from a charge from last year. So the battery maintains pretty darn good. I was really surprised. I thought I'd have to charge it up somewhat for the demonstration, but no, it still had some charge on it. So, to recap, this was just going over some camping equipment I've used. My tent, which I really like, primarily the fans and the lights. And then using basically mess kits as your eating utensils, which I think is sort of cool. I like the compactness of this. I think that was a really great idea by Matt. That's why I adopted it. I could have probably just went with this. This is pretty reasonable. This is really light, but still feels somewhat substantial. This feels about probably 3 times the weight. So just something to keep in mind. But either one will be usable. You could eat a steak out of it or something, not have to worry about indenting anything like we did on that composite plate like I showed you. So a great option. I will share the links for all of this, as I stated, in the description below. Keep in mind, I'm not endorsed by any of these companies. The Amazon links I share, though, if you do purchase through those, I do get a small benefit from that. And I really appreciate that, as it does help my channel and for me to share content with you. And I hope you consider giving a thumbs up. I really enjoy you coming by, and I hope you find this information beneficial. Also consider following the channel again too, because I try to release 2 videos a week. That is my goal. A couple times I got hung up with things, either through, unfortunately, like everybody else, I have to work. My other job, and so that sometimes takes more time. And then also I had strep throat recently, which my voice wasn't there, so videos were not going to happen. I want to thank you again for stopping by. Appreciate it. Again, this is Lance from JR Jeep. Happy trails. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.